Well, hello, everybody. Pam here from the Dick Biondi Film. I'm here with my Director of Communications and Marketing, Joe Farina. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Pam. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's safe and healthy out there.
And we have a very special guest today. We have Ron Romero, who is the founding, director, I guess you could say, and a driving force behind the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum in Joliet. Hi there, Ron.
How are you? How's everybody doing?
Good, Ron. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Do I look like I've been quarantined for a while?
No.
Hair mess and my
Oh my God.
Good.
Yeah, look at this. I got Jim Ignakowski here. You know, that's it. Okey doke. Yeah. Oh,
hey, I heard you were on Bob Surratt's show this morning. What was that like?
Oh, it's actually tomorrow morning I'm going to be on.
Oh, tomorrow morning. Oh, good.
Tomorrow morning, about quarter till 9 tomorrow with Bob.
Awesome.
So we'll talk a little bit about the museum stuff and a little bit about Illinois music, I'm sure.
Good. Bob is a big fan of the Rock and Roll Museum, and he's a huge fan of Biondi's, as you know.
Absolutely. He's a big fan of Illinois music for sure.
Absolutely. That's great. Well, make sure everybody tunes in tomorrow so they can listen to you.
They can actually get a link on your page, right? On your Facebook page?
Yeah, on my Facebook, I put something out there today with a link to, of course, Bob is now on WGN. He's been on WGN for a while. So you could live stream it, or you could, turn it in the old-fashioned way and get in your car and tune into
on the radio.
WGN AM.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, we'll look forward to that. So, Ron, tell us, you're the driving force behind this museum, and this is a dream of yours. And can you just give us a little background on how this all came to be?
Wow, the museum came to be through a lot of different inspirations. Obviously, one of the big ones, of course, was Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some of the other ones was just going to Nashville, and Nashville has several museums all about music. They support each other. They've got a beautiful business model on there where everybody's working together and cross-promoting and really doing a great job down there. And then, of course, other things, Pontiac, of all places, Pontiac, Illinois has 7 museums down there now, and they're using the museums as an economic engine for that area. And then finally, I visited Rick Nielsen's museum, his exhibit at the Burpee Museum in Rockford in 2015. That was a short-lived by design. I believe it was 7 or 8 months, and great inspiration. So when I saw all the people that came to visit Rick Nielsen and the Cheap Tricks Museum, I thought, well, imagine if we put all the other Illinois bands in there, what we could attract. And you include Styx and, of course, Chicago and Buckingham's and people like Dick Biondi. And we just kind of figured we would be able to attract a bigger audience that way.
So how did you actually get started with this project?
One day I woke up and said, I'm going to start a museum. Really. It sounds crazy, but, of course, when I first put this together, it was going to be an exhibit at another local museum. And I spoke to the president of the foundation, and she had suggested, she thought this would be bigger than, a room where we're going to have an exhibit, and suggested that we put together our own organization, our own profit organization, and we did. So in 2017, we became a nonprofit. We organized. We've got our board of directors together, and it started taking wings. So, and last year in 2019, the end of last year, we bought our building. So now we own a 3-story building that has over 20,000 square feet in it.
Isn't that something?
That's great, Ron, and congratulations on all that. And it's well-deserved. It really is. It's well-deserved because, as you know, there have been so many great bands and musicians that have come from Illinois. You mentioned a few of them already. The history is so special when you think about pop music, rock music, the blues, of course, electric blues. And I wanted to ask you if you could tell us a little bit more about what kind of exhibits that you'll be having at the museum.
Well, you raise a good point by mentioning a lot of different genres. So I do want to point out that despite the name being rock and roll, or containing the word rock and roll, it's not just rock and roll. It is blues, it is gospel, it is country, it's everything music related from Illinois. When somebody had recently said, well, you know, if you call it rock and roll, you can include people like Cheap Trick, but you can't include the rappers and the R&B and that kind of stuff. And I said, actually, by definition, the rock and roll was late 50s to early 60s, so we can't even include Cheap Trick. So, you know, but rock and roll is used the words are used in different ways. Like, come on, let's get up and rock and roll means, you know, it's energetic. So that's kind of in the context. And I know it's confusing because it is a genre of music, but we want to make sure that everybody knows that we're being inclusive of all genres of music. And beyond musicians and artists, you know, we talked about DJs and radio stations, manufacturers of musical equipment from the state of Illinois. You don't think of people like Hammond organs and Shure microphones and Washburn guitars and things like that. They're all from Illinois. So that's kind of the thing. It'll be some instruments. There'll be some clothes. There'll be some video interactive things. Maybe some lyric sheets. You just never know. You know, there's so much that we can acquire and put in an exhibit. We want people to come in and walk out going, wow, I didn't know that about Illinois music or that particular band or artist. So that's kind of our direction with that.
Well, I have actually taken a little tour of the museum. I was very impressed with it because I think what you're doing is going to be just sensational because, you know, you walk in and the first thing you're going to see is, you know, the migration, the great migration from the South, all the beautiful Black artists that came up here and brought the blues and how that transformed rock and roll into rock and roll, I should say. And then you've got Maxwell Street. You're going to have a replica of Maxwell Street. I mean, I just think it's going to be wonderful.
Well, you know, and starting in blues, and of course the Delta blues came up to Chicago. A lot of the African American community got transplanted back in the day, and they came up north for job opportunities, and you know, there were Jim Crow laws that they were trying to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came up north, they brought some great music. It was all acoustic blues.
Mm-hmm.
But when the blues came to Maxwell Street and the performers wanted to be heard, they plugged in, and it changed that blues into Chicago blues. It was a little grittier. It was a little more bite, but and that evolved in, yeah. And then it kind of got taken to look through Chess Records and record companies like that. So yeah, it's a great little story. In fact, Willie Dixon, there's a comment about Willie Dixon saying that the blues is the roots and the rest is the fruits. And that's kind of true. It's like they laid the foundation down for rock and roll and a lot of the other music.
That's great. And that's that I mean, I wish I can go there now. Just kind of and bouncing off that, if you could tell you know, our listeners, you know, people who are watching, tell us a little bit about your connection with music and how you got into music and how you connected with it. Maybe some of your favorite musicians and artists, because it sounds like with everything going on with the museum that this is something, music has been with you, you know, probably since a very, very young age. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, you know, this is a labor of love, and it is because I've been a musician since grade school. I joined every jazz band, concert band in school, every choir, marching band, everything that you can imagine I was trying to get involved with. Love for music came from my family. My grandmother played classical guitar. She played classical piano, mandolin. My father played trumpet. And as he grew older, he picked up other instruments like clarinet and flute and some other things. So I had music around me in the family. And, in high school and junior high, I had my rock and roll band like everybody else, influenced by Beatles or some other band. And, I started to play. And as I got older, I was very fortunate to play with guys that I looked up to. Many guys who were, touring musicians, and I was very fortunate to be able to do that. And that kind of translated into, really honoring and preserving the music history from Illinois. So if nothing else, I get to geek out by the fact that once in a while I get a call or an email from the guys from REO Speedwagon or Chicago, or, so this is fun for me too. I'm still a big fan of all the bands. And at this point, it's kind of an excuse for me to talk to my heroes.
I know what you mean. Since I started my project, I've just got to meet so many fascinating people. And give you an example, I just sent my Dick Biondi Film newsletter out yesterday, and I get a message from Freddie Cannon. Remember Freddie Cannon?
Oh, of course, yeah. Freddie Boom Boom Cannon.
He's one of my favorites. And he's been emailing me whenever I send a newsletter out, and it's really fun. I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
But and I just want to mention.
He wrote the.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say he performed Palisades Park, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That was actually written.
That was co-written by Chuck Barris from the Gong Show.
Yeah. That's right. You got it.
I love that. I just posted it on the Dick Biondi Film Facebook page because I was listening to it, after I got the email from him. I'm over there, and it makes you feel like summertime, and you hear the rides, and it's so fun. But anyway, I just want to mention to our readers our listeners out there, that if anybody wants to receive news about the Dick Biondi Film, we send out newsletters every now and then, so you can go to our website and sign up. It's dickbiondifilm.com. Just want to
Excellent. We also have a Facebook Dick Biondi Film Facebook page and Facebook group. Connect with us that way. And Ron, can you tell us a little bit about how people connect with you, your Facebook page, website, and so forth?
Sure. First, before I do that, I definitely want to commend you on taking on your monumental task of putting together the Dick Biondi. What an incredible and over it's been a while overdue project, and I know you face your challenges as we do with the museum and financing and pulling the resources together. But again, I know it's a labor of, and you've been doing a wonderful job on that too. Both of
Thank you, Ron.
Working really hard on it.
Thank you. That's really nice of you. But I do want to say, give everybody your Facebook page and stuff.
Sure.
I do want to mention Dick Biondi being in the Hall of Fame, being nominated in your Hall of Fame. So
yes,
let's talk about that.
So this year we started our Hall of Fame induction. It was quite a challenge for that too. We had over 4,000 people come to our website to make nominations, and out of that there were 800 unique nominations. So then we had to whittle down from 800 to 7 performing nominations, which was very difficult. And then that went out to our charter members, and the charter members voted on who should be, it was down to 21 that we made. And then our charter members voted for the last 7 who were inducted or being inducted. So that was quite a challenge. Included in that is what I call a founder's choice. To me, it's kind of the ace in the hole. Everybody gets the chance to nominate and go through a process, and it's all on the up and up. They have to, the charter members have to figure out who they're going to nominate. But the founders nomination leaves one choice to me that says who I can bring in as a who I feel should be in the Hall of Fame and kind of bypass that whole process. And this year it was Dick Biondi, who of course right. I'm not going to give all the details away because I think you'll be able to do that in your movie, in your documentary. But what an important figure in music from Illinois. So
this jockey to play the Beatles on the radio in the United States.
Yeah.
#1 across America in 1961 and 2 when he was at WLS Radio in Chicago.
Absolutely.
He introduced the Beatles, the Rolling Stones out when he was out in California. Dick is he's an institution.
Well, I mean, you think what he introduced us to in the United States and how big Beatles became and Rolling Stones became. And he really kind of set that bar pretty high.
Yeah, he sure did.
Introducing everybody. Yeah. But, as far as our website, I would invite everybody to come to our website is roadtorock.org, and it's ROADTOROCK.org. That gives a lot of information about the museum, what Illinois, who's included in Illinois music, and our project. If anybody's interested in hearing just Illinois music, you can go to roadtorockradio.net. And that's our streaming online radio station that can be heard 24/7. And it's nothing but Illinois music. And it's every genre from Illinois. So don't expect to hear just rock and roll. You'll hear a country song next to a blues song, next to a jazz song.
Oh, that's great.
But it's all Illinois music. And of course, we do have, there's roughly about over 22,000 followers on Facebook, on our Facebook page.
Beautiful.
So you can look us up there at Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Facebook. And we're on Twitter and all the other ones.
Now, I just want to mention that, of course, we were all set to go with the big induction ceremony. And of course, with this situation, we've had to postpone that. So just so everybody knows, everybody that's got tickets, just hold on to those tickets, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, when the announcement first came out about the lockdown, we waited a little bit because we wanted to see how things were unfolding. We weren't uncertain, but it became pretty apparent that we had to reschedule. And so we did that. Now, some of the bands that were going to be performing there, of course, we want to get them to come. One of the bands that wasn't available was REO Speedwagon because they were on tour. But we've been in contact with their management, and they are very excited about this. And they said we're going to find a date that they're going to be there as well. They want to be there.
Wow.
So now, with the concert tours being changed this year, I think we'll have a better chance of bringing more people. I think we had, I want to say there were 8 people scheduled to perform, maybe 9 people scheduled to perform. So that's going to change a little bit. And we still haven't made the announcement yet, just because we're waiting, again, for everything to unfold. Making that big announcement at a sold-out event, our fears were, oh my God, everybody's going to be mad at us that we did this. But I can't tell you how many people actually contacted me and said, thank you for doing that.
Sure.
We're afraid for our health and our well-being. And we're very thankful that, that's how it turned out. And what's going to end up happening now is we're going to make, lemonade out of lemons, and we're going to have a bigger party than we originally expected. So
sounds like it.
Yeah, we're going to have some more people on the performing roster, and it's going to be bigger and better than we originally posted. Now, we are working on moving it to a different venue.
Okay.
We talked about this originally, and we weren't sure how it was going to go our first year. But because we sold out so quickly, we're very confident that we're going to be able to move it back to the Rialto where we wanted to have it in the first place.
Okay.
So I think we're doing very good. And, we're looking at being able to hold about 500 people in the first venue to being able to hold just under 2,000 people in the new venue. So, yeah, we'll be able to, we have to sell more tickets. So,
yeah, well, you will.
Great.
But tickets are still available, even despite not having a date set. The tickets are available on our website. People can get tickets there. And then once we get the dates nailed down, we'll open it up for people to get tickets. for the new venue.
Great. This is exciting. Very exciting.
It is very, very, very exciting.
Everybody out there, I know how excited people are to get back out and get, hear some good music and these inductions. I mean, it's very exciting. And thank you so much for what you're doing for the music of Illinois.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, very, very pleased to be doing this. And I think, I don't know how I got to be the guy to put it together. Kind of strange because it should have been happening already, right? But I'm thankful that not only myself, but we have a great team. It's our board of directors of 16 people that are really working hard, and several committees now that are working to push this and make things, the museum come to fruition. Since you've been there, there's been a lot of changes. So we definitely want to come back and take another behind the scenes tour.
I'll definitely come back.
I'd love to see
down.
it.
Yeah, please come down and take a look. We'll give you the tour and show you what we've been doing.
We'll take you up on that, Ron.
Yeah, we're in.
Good.
Sounds great.
You both have my number. You call me anytime. We'll make it happen.
You got it.
All right.
Ron, thank you so much for being with us. This has really been fun. I'm sure everybody is excited as we are about this.
Well, thank you for having me too. And again, continue success with your project. I know, as I said before, it's a labor of love, but certainly a worthwhile cause.
Thanks. Definitely.
Thank you, Ron. We really appreciate it. Great speaking with you. Great seeing you.
You too. Take care.
Take care. We'll be listening to Bob Surratt tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Okay.
9 o'clock Central Time, correct?
You got is about 8:45.
8:45. Okay. You're on.
Okay. Awesome.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Joe, it was great seeing you.
Great seeing you.
Mwah, mwah.
All right. All right. Great seeing you. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
DickBiondiFilm.com, Facebook group, Facebook page, roadtorock.org. Check it out, everybody. See you down.